We should hopefully be good now. I'm having all the technical difficulties all at once everywhere. And I forgot to... Okay. So yesterday I had all sorts of problems with my microphone that I didn't even realize I had until the end. Because no one in chat was like, hey, like, your lips are moving, but nothing's coming out. This one guy popped in to tell me that the frame rate is higher than it should be. Um, Not sure if he was joking or like legitimately thinking like, hey, this is a remake, obviously. Um, I think I summarized the comment, but in case you didn't see the comment, yes, I have been using a walkthrough. Just this last part because I couldn't I couldn't figure out how to get into that door with the work symbol on it, and I was following the walkthrough, and I still couldn't get through this door, or what appears to be a door, what I'm assuming was a door, but there's no handle, there's no way to open it, and the water's in the way, and I have no idea what was going on there. So I had to cheat kind of on two axes because I had to figure out what the symbol was that was behind that door. And then I also had to figure out, like, okay, which symbols are which numbers, because I can't wrap my head around how the Rivenese number system works based on the information that's been given to me. Heck, the only reason I even know how the Dunny number system works is because I have the strategy guide, and I have it's the mechanics of it are drilled into my head. Like, I still had to do the puzzle, but like, I understand the basic idea of how it works, and I can figure it out. Like, I don't have the numbers memorized, but I have the idea of how to memorize the numbers work in my memory. So once I figured like which symbols correspond to which numbers 1 through 10, I could extrapolate from there because I understand the general premise behind it. Whereas, so like, if I don't understand, I cannot figure out the general premise of the wheel system. I'm kind of lost. So um, I kind of skipped over any hints on the number system. Um, I don't know where they'd be. I really wish they'd print like an actual physical version of the book, because I can just skim through it naturally rather than having to scroll through a PDF document. But whatever. Um, I was incredibly frustrated, and so I think I've done roughly 66% of the work in terms of solving this puzzle to get into the moiety age. So I'd like to think I did most of the work rather than the walkthrough. I was also having a lot of trouble getting the game to work and to run smoothly, so I had to change from epic to balanced, because for some reason, after updating my graphics driver, I don't have enough video memory to run the game at epic quality, which is kind of weird. Especially given the fact that I have 12 gigabytes of video. Great, there's a freaking firefly. I think I somehow got inside my apartment and it's now just flying around. I'm pretty sure it's a firefly. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it'll be canceled soon. I'm moving forward. I'm going to try to continue to solve all the puzzles as much as I can on my own. But I was just really running into all sorts of dead ends. Okay, are you... Okay. This is the part I'm kind of most excited about. And also simultaneously sort of dreading, because... there could be new puzzles as well. There it is, the image that drew me into this game to begin with. And they have a mouse pad somewhere. Make sure I try to take the mouse pad out. Maybe tomorrow. Whoa, that's like pterodactyls there. That's new. That's what they're called now, pterodactyls. Aha! I can see there's nobody back there. There's these two doors that they could possibly sneak in through, so... which is probably what's going to happen. Like, in the original game, they could have the people, like, just hiding there because they could... you know, they could control, like, where you could look because it's a slideshow. Huh.
Follow.
Yep.
You're online. You're online.
Oh, cutscene incompetence. That's it is then. It's cool to have a new game plus where you can just is the lip syncing not working here? I need to... Okay, lip syncing?
Is there lip syncing? Okay, no, there is not.
Okay.
Is there lip syncing now? Why isn't there lip syncing? Do I need to like actually change it to the...
Is everything not like working with the frickin'... like, why are the AirPods considered the default device? Somehow. Um... I gotta friggin'... Okay, the DualShock for Windows thing is still gonna... whatever. It's VC face. Um... Yep, it's set to the hype to the. Okay, why is it?
Hey, testing, testing, testing. Okay, now it's working again. That was weird.
Are we still not able to actually explore? There's another door over that way. Huh. There's no window this time? Well, there's no window. We were not allowed to explore at all. That's doubly focused, but I'm pretty sure we were allowed to explore in some capacity because that's like the most requested feature of this entire game. And if they like, okay, well, you can explore, and there's no window to look out and see what you could explore, like that would be like. Okay.
Katarina e now da saya yapalo. Yapa ay manay yalepo. Miltisay. Bekaretere wira pe yelo kene falapo. Tisay. Why te fulupe? Now Katarina ne. Wisi fapolo ya sepe yai.
Okay. Would I have to give a negative for this? I'm not even sure if I'd give it a negative if I were reviewing it, but like not only can we not explore, which I mean it's just a wish list thing, but the information that we could have gotten, like the flavor that we, like there's missing content basically here. Like not only are denying the ability to explore the moiety age or whatever the heck it's called, but the degree to which we could explore in the original is just gone. Anyway, what I was talking about before was it would be neat if they had a feature like maybe some kind of new game plus type thing where you could replay the game and get actual subtitles for all of the foreign language content on, you know, like a reward for beating the game basically would be a neat feature to have. It's something they could potentially do in a patch even. Instead of having it be like, oh, speaks an unknown language the whole time. Like, recap for this journal. I read quickly from my prison. Along with this journal, I've instructed Della to return the book that the moiety intercepted upon their arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gen will wish to use it, though he will undoubtedly be suspicious. Once he is out of the way, you'll still need the combination to release me. I'm told he keeps it somewhere in his outpost on 233. Then I assume we're to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done, but don't attempt it before I'm released. It's been one week. 1 week. Is that how you did the name? Sounds a link to Riven. Da, 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 da. It's been 1 week since I linked to late Riven, and I'm still reeling from the changes I've witnessed. Even before my eyes could adjust, the smell of my homeland embraced me. The sweet salt air was instantly familiar, but the scene as soon resolved was not. As I stood there struggling to make sense of what I was seeing, a violent clang sounded and bars appeared before me. It was then that I must have been darted, for memory after is cloudy. A Ruby's man, shabbily dressed in militaristic attire, was shouting something at me. He seemed to be attempting to speak Dunning, but his grasp of the language was so poor that I could not make out his words. And then the world went dark. Many voices passed, and until at last I woke to a familiar face. Eddie! After all this time, she's still as warm and kind as ever, and yet the years have clearly wounded her, as they've wounded everything whose world became a prison when Gan was trapped here. Everything is tinged with pain and loss, even Eddie's bright smile, though she does her best to hide it. A desperate urgency squelched by unuttered fears seethes beneath her cordial veneer. When Aegis and I left Gen here all those years ago, I was haunted by visions of what had become of my people, and how they might have come to suffer under his rule. But the injustices I imagined were nothing compared to the atrocities that have actually come to pass. The following is a chronicle of what I have learned, a record that has happened should I no longer be here to... of what has all that has happened should I no longer be here to tell it. The moiety. It seems the confrontation that led to Gen's entrapment on Riven was witnessed by some of the Rivenese, but their interpretation of the event was skewed, no doubt due to Gen's once-inflated view of himself. Overinflated view of himself. Atris and I had hoped that stripping him of his ability to link to other worlds might lead people to conclude that his claims of godhood were false, but it appears the opposite has come to pass. If Gen was a god, and we had vanquished him, then we must be greater gods. It was assumed that my absence was only temporary, and that I would surely return one day to set the world right again. Thus, the moiety, the name that they adopted after Gen's disparaging use of the term, were born. Sworn enemies of Gen and devotees of me had no inkling of this misconception about myself until 2 days ago, though in hindsight it makes perfect sense, given the way I've been treated. For their part, they naturally assumed an omniscient deity might be well aware of their own divine status, so there was no need to inform me. I only finally pieced it together during a recent underground gathering where they reenacted their version of the story of my life, a riveting tale that culminated with the confrontation between Atris, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated to such grandiose proportions that I found it hard at times to suppress my laughter. And yet this myth has also given them the courage to stand against Gen, and the hope that they might someday be delivered from the relentless inhumanities of his authoritarian rule. Even so, the fact that I am the one who has been cast as their savior, an omnipotent being who would one day return to Riven, overthrow Gen, and lead them to a new paradise, is deeply unsettling. I would do anything to free my people from this hellish existence, but I am not who they think I am. How, though, can I dissuade them from this notion without also crushing their hopes? As Gen's power grew, so did the moiety, and in order to evade his persecution, for he would wipe them all out in an instant if he could, they had to become more and more adept at concealing themselves and make use of a network of caves that so far he has failed to discover, but I fear it's only a matter of time before they're found out. Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that the moiety absolutely refuses to sever their ties with those who have sided with Gen. The two factions thus live together in surprising harmony, their overarching sense of cultural unity appearing to outweigh the schism, at least for now. I heard today that Father and Emmett were inducted into Gen's labor force. I so longed to see them, but a dimness shrouded Edis's face so abruptly when I asked of them that it left me hesitant to press the matter further. I must know the truth eventually, but I fear that the news will not be good. For the moment of their inception, the moiety have sought to disrupt Gen's plans at every turn, sabotaging his constructions, stealing from his precious stockpiles, and keeping an ever watchful eye on his every move. They shroud themselves with dark coverings and delight in the fact that their enemies are often frightened by their wraith-like appearance and their almost preternatural ability to wreak havoc without detection or consequence. It was in the course of one of these forays that I was fortuitously rescued when I first linked to Riven. I shudder to think what might have become of me had that scout not been there to intervene. Gen will certainly be hunting for me now, no doubt, furious at his guard's failure to detain me. He must be even angrier, though, at the loss of the linking book he surely assumes I brought with me. That I was deceived into linking into Riven without a way back is a bitter yet fortunate fact, for if it may well have meant the death of us all had a path back to Johnny fallen into his destructive hands. When he finally discovers that I came here empty-handed, he'll be angrier still. But that is some consolation at least. I have glimpsed the final breath of a dying age. A tiny blade cuts the void, the white hole divided again and again, dipped in black, the mid drips red, the art of genocide. The bib? The mill? Whatever. Today I ventured above ground to see for myself what has become of the island. I hoped it wouldn't be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese had become inured to the steady decay around them, but I was devastated. As we wound our way through the underbrush, I found myself once again breathing in my youth, the ocean air transporting me back in a matter of seconds. But as my eyes again took hold, the warmth of those memories vanished, and I was left with nothing but numbness. we had reached a bluff that had not been there the last time I visited my home. Riven, which was once one island, has split into 5 distinct pieces that have since drifted apart at an astonishing rate. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only those who have sworn their loyalty to him are even allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the trees, I could see 3 of them, now blighted with Gen's monomaniacal constructions. These islands are closely guarded and pose great personal risk to the moiety, though that hasn't kept them okay, good. Hasn't kept them from doing whatever they can to thwart Gen's endeavors there. I think they updated the artwork so that it's just more simple. The 4th island I could not see, as it has crept away to some distance and now lies concealed by fog. The moiety said that Gen originally governed from a small island, living and working in a protected space he built for himself atop the stump that remains where the great tree used to stand. The only surviving forest is located here on the largest island where the village also remains. This island was ostensibly intended to be the province of the people, but it too has been irrevocably marred by Gen's oppressive institutions. Words fall, brittle brown leaves masquerading as green should never be held, lives both bloomed and as yet unseated. I think this third journal has changed the most. I feel nothing today. I am an outcast among outcasts. The diaspora of a dying world. Diaspora? Okay, of a dying world. Despite my repeated protestations, the moiety continues to treat me differently. Their desperate need, precluding any discussion from the belief that I am some sort of messiah, come to save them. They misconstrue my every move as validation of their faith, whispering of how I walked the island bold and unafraid, mistaking my outrage at the island's devastation for bravery. But I am afraid, for I know something that the moiety does not. The underlying reason for the island's accelerated decay. Gen wrote this world, and so it will fail, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. I must make the moiety understand this, but I cannot talk to Eddie. There were brief moments soon after my arrival when my divine status was forgotten and I was simply Katran again. But they are almost non-existent now. There is one person, however, who remains immune to these fallacious notions. Nella. Her gaze has never faltered whenever I dared hint at the unconscionable truth. I feel I could trust her to bear the full brunt of it. Gen is making books. How did I not know this until now? Atris and I knew he would likely attempt it, as he has adopted the paranoid practice of writing all of the necessary materials into his ages. He has been exploiting the natural resources and the people of Riven as fodder for his mad pursuit to further his colonialist ideals. Thankfully, it sounds as if he has not yet succeeded. As painful as it's been, the fact that I returned to Riven at this crucial juncture is fortuitous. The age is crumbling, my people are suffering, and if Gen succeeds in securing its freedom, their worlds will suffer the same. The moiety are looking to me. I may only be mortal, but I have to do something. It's been a long time since my last entry. There is much to tell. It's hard to recognize, but I found the star fissure. It is located on what Gen refers to as his Temple Island, though the moiety prefer to use the Riveri's world's Alapo, which means water pool. They've thus taken to referring to the void itself as Alatwan, pool of stars. It is the very fissure that allowed Atris and me to escape this age without leaving a linking book behind us, though it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. Several derelict devices from that time remain mounted to its surface, including a hatch with a windowed viewport, a large telescope, and the mechanical lift that was used to install it, the combination for which was acquired by the moiety long ago. Oh, screw off. Really? Really? I am not writing that down. I'm taking the screenshot and I'm gonna frickin' look at the guide because I have no idea how to even. How even? Like, I know the numbers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then I think I'm missing 7, and 9, and 10. Like, all they're doing is just adding a new layer to the number thing. Like, the numerical puzzle stuff. And it really isn't needed. Like, it's only there to add a new challenge for old fans who already understand the Dunning numerals. And then, but what about new people? Like, now you have this. Now you have to work out the mechanics of 2 different number systems. Like, it's bad enough you had to learn one. Okay, that's. Okay, that's 4, 6. Oh, we know 10. Question mark. Five, 5, 10. Question mark. What's that again? That's 4, okay. I can begin. So we're missing 3 different numbers, which are, and all we know about them is that there's something between 1 and 10, and they're not 4, 6. They're not anything you've ever seen before. And once again, I am in a weird position. Nope, it's just gonna keep on doing that every time I reset it. Or try to... Why the hell? Um... I'm gonna be hunched over taking notes a whole lot here, and... In the early days, the moiety briefly considered reopening the fissure, thankfully decided against it. Had they attempted to it back then, the results might well have been catastrophic. Were they to do so today, it would certainly mean the end of Riven. I am told that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement at Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the mist book fall from Atrus's hands into the very same space. To this end, he sacrificed several poor souls, alleged transgressors of the law, and throwing them into the hatch so he could observe their fate. It is said that they did not die, but what becomes of them remains a mystery. So there's several, like, Rivenese people who are just on Earth now. Because, spoilers, the starfish are released to Earth. Okay. Or, like, Arizona, I think, maybe, typically. Or some completely different location, depending on whether you look at the canon of the books, which is not entirely accurate. I'm pretty sure, like, the game's canon is, like, on a higher tier, but also kind of on a lower tier in some ways. It's the canon of the Myst games is very fluid, I think. Like, the concept of trap books is supposedly retconned from the official lore, which makes this game in particular very like, I understand retconning them for the original Myst because of Myst 4, where it's revealed that the Suns are, like, in prison ages rather than trap books. And, like, the trap books as presented in Myst make no frickin' sense. So, yeah. But I digress. and original fissure is no longer alone. New ruptures have appeared in recent years at various locations around the islands. In some instances, the moiety were able to glimpse the breaches before Gen and his minions moved in to contain them. The descriptions support my suspicions that the forces that are tearing Riven apart are more than merely geological. More troubling, however, is that Gen is not simply containing these rifts, but is somehow using them to travel between the islands, and that he has also reportedly devised a way to harvest the energies from the expanse for some as yet unknown purpose. How like him to wantonly exploit for his own selfish gain that which he does not understand. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atreus describes his brief time within the expanse before he leaked out, leaving his myth book adrift within it. He was never able to conclude upon its nature, but I cannot help but feel there must be some greater Muma? Power? That doesn't look like it. Pneuma. Okay, whatever. Purpose, maybe? No? Whatever. Something I should have mentioned earlier. One of the colossal blades that appeared in the course of our own escape from Riven, the great dagger that stands at the end of the fissure, has been adopted by the moiety as the emblem of their struggle. They have their own explanation as to how it came to be, of course, but their choice is more apt than they know, as the dagger, along with the other blades, was a manifestation of my rage at the destruction that Gen had already wrought upon my world. I haven't told the moiety that I wrote it into this age, as I fear that would only fuel their overestimations of me, but I can't deny it pleases me to have inadvertently provided them with such a fitting symbol for their cause. My limited encounters with Gen's followers have been discouraging. Whenever I have attempted to engage them, they fled from me. I heard an interesting tale from the moiety last... For frick's sake. If I just click off the book, it just exit the book. I had to actually click on the frickin' pages, and then they go blank. I heard an interesting tale from the moiety last night, which may help to explain this. Soon after we trapped Get on Riven, he claimed that it was he who had been responsible for the Great Blaze, summoning them as a preemptively punitive reminder to the of the obeisance obedience he expected. In the village circles, it is told that this act marked the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, provided they had proven their devotion to him, they would be delivered unto a new and better existence. I will continue my attempts to intervene on their behalf. The cage has finally failed. Gen is free. My sources have confirmed that Gen has managed to create a functional linking book. In fact, he had done it so before my arrival, but kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest acolytes were aware of it. In keeping with his callous regard for the worlds he creates, he has simply named this age 233. It is not known whether he has written others. I have also learned that years ago, a moiety scout managed to steal a book that was an early failure that Gen had intended to destroy. It was largely complete, but did not work. I wasn't told about it until now because they thought it was useless. Gen struggled for decades, but he could never get a conventional looking book to work. Then one day he began construction of a cumbersome mechanical solution, a complex array of devices designed to harness the energies of starry expanse and use them to suppress his book's inherent flaws. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The moiety tell of tremendous explosions as Gan sought to contain and wield forces that he knew little to nothing about. But he is nothing if not determined, and eventually he was able to use this enormous crutch to link to another age. I can't deny his brilliance, but it is an abominable solution, brutish and overwrought, and all but entirely necessary. I studied the partially burnt book that the moiety took from him. Although he sought retribution for the affront, he appears to have been otherwise untroubled by the theft. No doubt, assuming the book would be useless in the moiety's hands, but I can see what they could not. The book may yet be salvageable. The age the book describes is wholly unsuitable as a home for the moiety, but I think it can be modified. I will dream. I have nearly finished writing the moiety's age. The world, as described, is harsher and more desolate than they are used to, but they should be able to sustain themselves there. But we'll need a second book. Gen has been spending most of his time on 233 lately, so the danger is less, but getting into his lab will still be difficult. The coming collapse weighs the air, blurring my vision both day and night. We must act soon. Success! We have secured a second book, though I worry now that Gen will miss it and deduce our plans before we're ready. The descriptive book I prepared as a refuge for the rebels is useless unless I can find a way to correct its inherent flaws. Gen's massive machine mainly functions to manipulate the energies within the expanse. It serves its purpose, but its excess seems unwarranted. The remedies have long used crystalline substrates as an elegant means to manipulate light. If I could just find the right material. Last night's dreams have delivered me a perilous plan. Will you write this substance into the new moiety age? If we could temporarily access Gen's apparatus, we could use our book to link to this new age and search for the crystal. Someone would then have to carry the book back to safety once the link was made. And if it fell into Gen's hands, all would be lost. When Gen links to 233, one of his acolytes always remains to shut down the device. We'll have to get to him before he can do so, which means we'll only have one chance, one opportunity to suddenly seize everything we ever wanted. Sorry, I can't. Or let it slip before they're alerted to our presence. Everything is ready. I have written the material into the new age, and I have prepared the second linking book as a return path to Riven. Of course, it too suffers the same deficiencies as all of Gen's books, so it won't work unless it's augmented. Once I'm in the new age, I will have to locate the crystal and adapt it to heal the gateway image, which should render the book functional. I could then use the second linking book to return to Riven with more of this material. It's risky, but if all goes well, the moiety and any others we can convince to join them will finally have an escape. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of this plan. I sound like Atris. Should I fail to return, it will likely mean the end of my life. But my only real fear is for my people. Everyone assures me they have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. That's the fulfillment of the prophecy, after all. But underneath, they are just as tense and fearful as I am. What will become of them if I do not return? Will they perish here on Riven, or attempt to follow me through this new book, or attempt to follow me through this new book to an unknown fate? I don't know what to tell them. Against all odds, it is done. We have already evacuated most of our number to this new age, which the moiety have named Tay. Okay, this is Tay. The world is more beautiful than I anticipated, so I am pleased the remedies have been liberated at last. They stand beneath the open sky, unafraid, dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. But there is still much to be done. The age is still vulnerable. The only way to completely protect it from Gen is to destroy the books once everyone is safely in. Tay. I'm hesitant to bring this up with the moiety until they've had a chance to acclimate themselves to the new world, as it would mean they would be forever exiled from the only home they've ever known. Nor am I eager to sever my own connection and my only path back to my life and family on Mist. But for the greater good, it must be done. For the moment, we're safe, but our activities could arouse Gen's suspicions at any moment. We can't delay. I will return to Riven tomorrow to resume my attempts to persuade the remaining holdouts to join the others in Tay. For now, though, I must rest. Okay. I can't save. Because bullshit. Am I allowed out now? Oh, cool. Hello there. And so here's the thing that everyone's ever self-included, has ever wanted. The ability to explore the to explore Tay. Oh, did use like idols to Catherine? Oh. There's probably only so much we can actually like see. I'm guessing we can't actually see through the windows the way we could in the original. Which is kind of dumb, but whatever. There's not a whole lot we can do, but like there's a lot to see, I suppose. We still need to figure out how to get up to the other platform on Temple Island. We can now get an ending if we really wanted to. What the hell? Am I stuck here now? There we go. Okay. I think I have all the information I need to um Probably should. Yeah. Would be a better idea to. Might be a better idea to use these rather than trying to work my way. Also, it's possible we might see the hologram projection thing if we return there the conventional way. If I ever do a review playthrough of this, I probably would actually. I might actually give a negative to the Starry Expanse because, or at least the idea of the Starry Expanse as. Okay. Oh yeah, because we. Sure. I think I give it negative to the idea that they had to make navigating between the different worlds into a puzzle in itself, rather than something you just have access to. Like the idea of having the platforms that you can extend, so that like it's basically like a cool in-universe way to explain fast travel. That's fine. Like that's a cool way of doing it. But then to have this little weird rotating thing that's basically a puzzle you have to solve every time you want to fast travel, that is nonsense from a game design standpoint. There's no reason for it. It just makes fast travel into something cumbersome. And like the only reason it's even a puzzle is because of Prison Island and wanting to give the player a way to access Prison Island within this new framework. While not making it something that you're just free to travel with the first time you enter the Starry Expanse. Like, I kind of get that, but they could have created a new puzzle for the Prison Island specifically, I guess. Rather than making it a puzzle you just had to repeat every time you want to fast travel. Like, the fact that I would rather just walk there than use the Starry Expanse is a testament to how cumbersome the Starry Expanse is. Ignore the terrain that is loading in. And now we have to wait for it to load before. Bum dee bum dee dum. So how are y'all doing? I'm doing great. Sort of. I was doing great until now. Okay. I can't remember if I mentioned that like my AirPods were being weird. I may have found a solution to the Mass Effect Andromeda problem. Nope, no hologram here today greeting me. Like, they just remove so many of the little cutscenes that happen. Like the little girl tripping on herself, and running from us, the Rivenese people running into their homes as we approach. Although we may have just missed that because that was a timed event that we missed the opportunity for. I don't know. Because we did miss the submarine moving away. This would also be a negative because unless there actually is an option for it that we just need to unlock. Like, there are plenty of buttons on the keyboard we could use for this. And they're also making it for VR, which probably has fewer buttons to work with, so... yeah. They at least solve some of these problems on Windows. Also, they need to port this and Myst to consoles. I don't know why they haven't already. It seems like it... I mean, I know there's a lot more QA work that has to be done to get it approved. Yep, but still... okay. I'm gonna try to Google this, because... there's a video ranking every elevator in the Myst series. I've already solved the rotating room. I've already solved most of the things. Oh, go to hell with your frickin' ads! I don't think it has anything to do with the... okay. Yeah. freaking help that is. Okay, how to activate the Golden Dome? We're gonna try to skip, find only. How to start the Golden Dome puzzle. That's all we need. Activate all the 5 marble chargers. Okay. Ensure that all 5 lights are lit. Are these the lights? They're not all lit. Okay. But the button, huh? Okay. Okay, so that light is lit. And the other ones aren't? And that's the symbol for the Crater Island. I'm assuming this is the one associated with Crater Island, so how is that? There's something I did on Crater Island that I didn't do here? Oh, for frick's sake. Like, now I'm just ready to rage quit this game, because supposedly you can get up there even before you've lit everything, so in the demo anyway, or someone claimed they got up there and had a screenshot of them getting up there before the game was released, so I am incredibly perplexed at this. It's possible these aren't the lights they're talking about. And I've actually already done everything correctly, and I'm just... The lights you're talking about are other ones that the actual platform that I'm supposed to be able to get up to, and I can't because the button isn't working. And if the button is just glitched for some reason, then what the hell am I supposed to do? Okay. Huh. Great. I have to go into the Starry Expanse after all. Where are we at? It's not like a terrible puzzle, it's just, again, it's cumbersome. Like, it's the gap between figuring out the solution and achieving the solution. Like, for one, achieving the solution should not be overly difficult. Nor should it be overly cumbersome. Really. Prison Island. Fair Island isn't already activated, so yeah, I don't know. It's just I need to do simple for Jungle Island, and then I think that's it. Yeah. Maybe Jungle Island. Huh, that must be the one that's already activated? I must have just activated by accident. And okay, now I need to return to Temple Island. It isn't terribly cumbersome, it's just it takes time. It's just seconds and minutes or whatever. I think it's what Lore Runner calls it. Okay. Maybe it's one of the things that's different in the demo version. Is that you can actually use the elevator in the demo, but you can't use it in the full game until you've activated anything. That's a possibility, because I don't think I ever noticed the button there in the demo version, so... No, there's still only that... Okay. I am terribly confused now. I am probably going to literally consult the walkthrough on this and make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. It must be like something I'm missing. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna call it a night for now, and then consult the walkthrough. And again, I should consult the walkthrough live. While I'm thinking about it, and find out live how much of a dummy I am. I'm probably cycling through a bunch of emotions. Huh? Why is Adobe Acrobat freezing up? Okay. Huh, the temple... Yeah, the door's supposed to be shut. And it just doesn't happen, apparently. Okay. Great. I have to... Huh. Well, the Star Expanse is just one thing. There's Hoverfell Farm Marbles. Slide the lever several times to load a fire marble into the machine. A button will light up at the bottom of the machine, but pushing it will do nothing at the moment. Huh? Great. I. MOBA? Oh, okay, I. Okay. There's supposed to be a button on there? Okay. That's the thing in the middle. How do you charge the fire marble? That was never explained to me. How do you subtract? What the heck? I okay. I kind of want to play again. There's a button. I think I'm supposed to push a button and elect him to the office and push the button. They drop the bomb. So I might not have all the information I need for the final thing. I don't know. It's possible. I do. I hope I do, and that like there isn't some weird math thing I'm not understanding. Like the inability to save inside the Star Expanse is probably another negative potentially. Because if I could just make a save within the Star Expanse, that would be great. I could just load that save when I realize I need to go back there. Because getting in there is also a chore. You don't have to wait for us to cycle back again. At least I don't have to work tomorrow. If I can't actually save in there, I need to do everything and then once again. And then leave and save. It's gonna take a while, again. Maybe I should have saved this all for... There we go. Now we gotta do this 4 other times. Or not? Is the light supposed to stay on? Did I not do this right, or... I guess it's finished? I wish I had some, like, lasting indicator that I could no longer interact with it, so I'm guessing I've done the thing. If the beam would just stay on, I think that would be a good reassuring way that, like, oh, I've accomplished the thing and haven't screwed anything up in the process. Check and double check. And I might need to triple check if I still haven't done this right. So Plateau Island. I'm becoming increasingly efficient at this. So that's positive, maybe. I think each of these lines goes to one of the islands, so that's the Plateau Island, so this should be Prison Island again. Yeah? Oh, there we go. Hey, now we're at Jungle Island. Okay. Okay, we didn't actually do this at all. Now we just need to find Crater Island. That just leads us into... Okay. Ellie, no. No, that's not. That's not Crater Island either. That's Plateau Island. We've already been there. See the... Okay. We do the whole thing over again because we missed a step. I mean, it should have been obvious that we missed a step because there's no, like, no, there's no... You know, beam of light like that. Huh. We've done something. Music's playing. We got the accomplish something music. I think this was the... Yep. I'm sure this walkthrough thing should count. Because like it's literally like there's a button I need to press. Oh, well I should have known that in the first place. If I just went back and looked at the devices again, I would have noticed that there's a... Huh. I should have gone to Jungle Island and then... We'd probably get the hologram sequence if we'd gone here from Jungle Island. Nope. Hopefully one more rotation will do it. Now we need to rotate it again. Interesting if going into the temple from this direction would shows the hologram too. Nope. The door's still open. Huh. Oh yeah. Yeah, all the... There are 5 lights! And there are 5 lights here, too. Sweet. And I wonder if that's just activated in the demo, but it's not. Just to like show you the upper area, which you can't really do anything with. Here's the overly simplified version. This is the only pretty simplified, isn't it? And there isn't 6 marbles this time, like, so you just literally process elimination and figure out which The last one is. So Temple Island is green. And up here. Prison Island is right next to it and is light blue. Or just blue. Crater Island is the unknown color. We'll just move on to Plateau Island, which is orange. And down here. Jungle Island is red, and up here, it just leaves purple. For Fairy Island, which is up here. Yeah. How do we get to the slider? How do we access the slider? These are just Dalek bumps. Oh, okay. So these should just be all, I'm assuming, just the numerals? So purple is 16. That's 5, 10, 15. 16. Unless there's some extra math we have to do here, which I don't think we do. Light blue is 13, so that's 15, 14, 13. Green is 10. Orange is 3. Huh? Okay, now I'm confused. I'm hoping this is not randomized, because otherwise I'm just at an impasse. there's no sound telling me I got it right. And that's obviously not... Okay, maybe it's 1. Or maybe I'm just completely full of shit and had to do a ton more math than I did. And not screenshot the damn note? Well, there it is. Isn't that a number for 10? That is okay, yeah. I'm looking at orange. Here's a number for 1. I am... I am missing something critical here. Huh? You want it to land exactly in the center. Okay? I, I can't hold my hands to my head up to my head in this avatar form. It is... I am just... This is stupid. Like, they're basically taking what was in the original game and adding more complexity to it. Like, the puzzles were fine as they were. Like, create an entirely new puzzle. Don't just add extra layers of frustration and aggravation to the ones that are already there. You're punishing people who haven't played the game in the first place. Ellie! You're only adding to my aggravation. I have to look up Walker to figure out, like... Because you think, oh, like, these are Dunning numerals. So obviously, that's the combination. So you try that, it doesn't work, and you're like, what? Or I try it, and it doesn't work, and I'm like, what? So now I have to go all the way back to Boiler Island. Unless I have a save there. Which is why you should just allow us to have unlimited frickin' saves. Yeah, we don't have a save on Boiler Island. So I have to go all the way back to Boiler Island. Look at the walkthrough and then figure out how to figure out the numbers that we're supposed to figure out. Because clearly we haven't done it. We have not puzzled correctly. Like, you're both punishing me for having knowledge of how the puzzle was solved originally, and you're punishing people who have never played Riven before by adding these extra layers of deviousness to the puzzle. I'm just restating what I said before, but like, I just want to state it perfectly and clearly and concisely as I can, because I'm autistic, okay? In case you're not getting the point, this is bad. This is not good. This is bad game design. On so many levels, it baffles me. How they could have... I am so vexated by all of this that I keep on missing the button press. I have to go here yet again. Wait for the freaking loading screens. I actually want to go back to my review of Riven. I kind of want to review this again, and then basically review this version, and then compare the scores. Because this might actually be the inferior version, like objectively, from an objective standpoint, or through my own review system anyway. which goes like point by point into every aspect of the game as I play it. That's Crater Island, okay. We're on the right track. At least once I figure it out. I might actually print off the official guide, or at least like the page for the study to figure out the exact numbers that I need to input. Like, I will do the math, but I need to figure out, like... I need to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do to start figuring out the math. I'm gonna stop here, because this is stupid, and I need to get to sleep. And there's this frickin' thing in the middle. I don't know what the hell it is. Somewhere in the green level? Is it, like, just in the green level? I need to be exactly in the center? Not just in the green field? There we go. So, the base value is... And you see, this is what it's making me do. This is how the game makes me feel. Like I'm bending over backwards, literally, to figure out what I'm supposed to do. That's 5. That's 10. That's 9. Base value is 9? Okay. I might just go ahead and fucking do this. So the green Temple Island is 9 plus 10. $19. Apparently the math symbols are the same. Prison Island is blue. Nine plus 16? Just 25, I think. Yep, that should be 25. Wait, that's... No. Purple is 9 plus 16. Is 9 plus 16, I think. Or is it 9 minus 16? I'm getting Prison Island plus 13, which is 22. No, 22. Okay, purple is 9 plus that is 25. Got ahead of myself. Is 9 minus 5. So 4. In red, I think it's 9 minus 5. Or 9 minus 1. 9 minus 1. Why am I looking at the wrong things here? Eight and 9 minus 5, which equals 4, I think. 4. Take another picture of it. Okay, and then I'm gonna hope my notebook is just its own save. Like, I think understanding the base value fig is the only thing I needed to learn from the walkthrough. Really? So it's really just kind of a nudge more than a push. I'm still like doing the actual math on my own. Purple's 25. Blue is 22. Green is 19. Orange is 8. Red is 5. So that at least tracks. Did I do it wrong? Did I math it correctly? And fuck you. Fuck you. I can't even raise a little finger because the motion tracking is not working properly. Nothing is working properly. My mind is not working properly. The game is not working properly. Nothing is working properly! Hey. Let me flip this game to bird. Stop making my other fingers. It's just the middle finger. That's the important one. Can I can kind of do it with this one. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong here. I think I just need to sleep. I don't know if I can replay the game again because like I might just open it up and not be able to figure out what I did wrong. Like that's what I'm worried about. Is Like, did I just set everything to the wrong values? I freaking... Did I do my math wrong? What the hell? What? Oh, is that what? I just need to push the button? I just need to push a button! That is always... I just need to push a freaking button! It's like the other thing! I did it right! I just need to take one more step! Cyan, why do you do this to me? Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna go to 233. And get to the end game. Since it's my day off, I might do it during the early afternoon. Yeah, I'm sorry for the I this is like a I don't even know what this game is rated. I think it's rated T for E for everyone or something like that. It's probably like rated T for teen now. Like it was rated kids to adults, so it's obviously rated T for teen because now, like Earthbound. So this is a game that makes you want to curse, so I curse. Okay. Anyway, thank you if you made it this far. Putting up with my stupidity and everything. You are a lot more patient than I am. And I appreciate it greatly. So anyway, there's a bunch of things you can do. You can dislike this video if you really want to, because I would not blame you at all. I'm overly relying on the walkthrough the further I get into this game. You can also like it if you're enjoying my pain, for some reason. If you're just some kind of sadist, or if you just find me entertaining for any reason, you can give a like. It's engagement. At least like a dislike isn't gonna frustrate me here because like yeah, okay, I know what that's for. Unlike the dislike on a Year of Springs where I'm like, okay, what did I do to offend this person beyond just being non-binary and talking about my story about being non-binary? Anyway, yeah, you can subscribe, you can follow, you can do all the things. But regardless of what you decide to do, I thank you incredibly, immensely I bow before your patience and devotion to watching my channel. Um, um, but regardless of what you decide to do, I wish peace upon you, and until next time, bye. I'll just say bye and wave. How about that? Is that good? Is that clever or unique? We're just gonna go with it.